is the June 11th, 2026 developer blog update. It is currently Saturday, June 13th for me. Welcome to the developer update for June 11th, 2026. Today's featured world is the VRChat official Pride Hub by VRChat. Announcements. Get some virtual sun. Last week, we announced June's content update. It's the Beat the Heat update. Drench your friends with the Hurricane Mega Blaster Extreme 1000. Get your inflatable swimmies on, and most of all, get in the pool. VRChat 2026.2.3 is now in open beta. This one is mostly a maintenance update. That means a lot of quality of life stuff, fixes, and that sort of thing. For example, many fixes for the VR Steadicam. Oh, I wonder what was wrong with it. Pet peeve of mine, but using the default camera so often. I see people post videos and they don't use Steadicam and it just looks like earthquake. Reporting quality of life changes, quick menu and main menu positioning fixes, avatar performance gating improvements, and more. You can read all the changes here. Hyperlink. I actually kind of want to read that. Oh. When I right click it, it makes my browser go smaller because the overlays. It's kind of funny. Third person mode on desktop is now free for everyone. We rolled this out as a VRC Plus early access feature a few months ago. We said at the time we'd be moving it out to everyone by the end of June. And we are a little ahead of schedule actually. I need to clear my throat. Okay, as a reminder, F5 activates this feature, tab allows free rotation, and scroll wheel controls the view distance. There are more options in graphics settings page in the main menu. As an aside, the 3P branch, beta branch, will be closed. Thank you everyone who helped us test there. You can now use the regular open beta version. New customizable user interface background option. Gradient. Ever wanted to give your menu a cool new look? Well, you've been able to do that for a bit now. But now, you can take it one step further. One more color. Which then becomes a gradient. It's a gradient. You can pick a color gradient for your menu backgrounds. And because I know you'll ask, yes, this is for everyone. It's not a VRC Plus feature. You can see the preview here, and then there's a video. Space Jam 3 Film Honorable Mentions badge. After talking with the NSS, we decided to grant Space Jam 3 badges to the film honorable mentions to match the world honorable mentions. If you did not receive your badge, but were featured by VRChat, please make a post in VRChat Jams on the official Discord. No new jams until Spookality. Normally, we do a summer festival, music festival, avatar, and or world jam in the summer. Based on the feedback we've gotten from avatar creators and reassessing our team's goals, we decided to not do a world and avatar jam until Spookality. However, there will be more events to attend this year. Please keep an eye on our socials next week. Hype Train updates. Based on community feedback, we've adjusted the Hype Train. Specifically, we've changed the timeout from 5 minutes to 10 minutes. We think this should also help with some platforms taking longer than others when it comes to completing a purchase. Steam VR's thing is so slow for me at times. It'll be like, you open it, and then it's like, oh, you have to add funds. Click on a button, and it takes like half a minute. Sometimes it's a little less than ideal. Animator performance improvements. In 2026.2.2p1, we shipped a change that improves animator performance a bit. It's quite a neat fix, but also not a silver bullet. let's talk about it. The initial impetus, I don't know what that word is. IMPETUS, where this actually came from the community. This canny post by SBoys3 provides a super detailed profile capture that shows even empty animated layers, causing a noticeable performance drop. It was left unaddressed for a while because our internal traces all went deep into the Unity engine. That's not a place where we can really fix things. Well, unless we work with engineers from Unity directly, that is. Resurrecting the task internally and bringing it up with a team of engine code specialists. It quickly became clear that this was definitely not intentional behavior. CPU work was being performed when it should not have been. On the surface, it seemed obvious that an empty animator shouldn't really be doing any work, but goes a bit deeper. The real issue is the IKPass checkbox. If enabled, even an empty layer needs some calculation. However, we don't really need to worry about this because 99% of VRChat avatars have this checkbox disabled on all layers. We have a custom IK system, so even if checked, it doesn't really do much. However, further profiling revealed that even with the IKPass checkbox disabled, significant overhead came from having many such layers. But looking at the engine side, the IK and Twistbone job, at the canny also mentions that the culprit already has an early out, meaning it aborts right away because, it aborts right away in basically a single CPU instruction. So what gives? Why is it slow? The answer lies in threading. Despite many claims to the contrary, VRChat is a heavily threaded or multi-threaded and utilizes CPU cores as best as it can. I'm sitting at 40% CPU usage. My GPU is kind of cooking itself right now. Where is this? By default, Unity starts 2 jobs for every animator layer. The one running the animation graphs itself, and the IK and Twistbone job. Note that the job does not equal thread here, but simply a unit of work that a long-running job worker can pick up from the pool. This means the issue is not one doing too much work being performed, but rather that overhead from scheduling all this nothing work causes stalls and delays on the job threads, which could otherwise be working on computing actual important stuff, like the animation graph or even fizbones. After some deliberation and very careful testing, we implemented a change directly to Unity engine that prevents the IK and Twistbone job from being scheduled on layers that have IKPass disabled in the first place. This works for non-empty layers too. For what it's worth, that is just the most extreme case. This clearly solves a problem in our case, but do note that it wouldn't necessarily generalize the base engine. As such, this will live as a dedicated fix, specifically for VRChat. This also means that you'll still see these slower profilers results in your SDK projects, but rest assured that in the client optimization is applied. So what does that give you, the user, at the end of the day? Well, it depends, because the issue was in scheduling and synchronization and not actual busy CPU work. You'll see vastly different results based on your CPU and core affinity settings. On closed beta testing has shown improvements of up to 10 FPS in some rare cases around busy instances, which is a lot, but also a difference of exactly 0 in a lot of other more general cases. What we haven't seen is a regression, so we've decided to go ahead and deploy this publicly now. Let us know if you are seeing a noticeable performance difference since 2026.2.2 P1, or perhaps you have some more neat ideas on how we can improve performance incrementally with little things like this. Go put them on the canny. Closing, that's it for this week. We will see you again on June 25th. think this through fully with this world because, like, I know this world runs kind of for me, but I think it's pretty and something a little bit different than the duck world. But I'm sitting at a solid 28 frames. Definitely not as good as the duck world, but I don't know. Kind of matches the look from my avatar. Regardless, I'm sure I'll end up recording something else at some point. I've been wanting to do more of these, or like the spoken content, kind of like what I did last week. It's just figuring out